Comments by members of the board. And you were going to talk about.
Yes. Couple weeks ago, we took a tour of the fish facilities at the Cushman Dam Complex, and we spent the day out there on a Friday seeing the situation out there, and we're going to tee up a video here. And Keith, I'm going to let you narrate it, and then I'll say some comments after that. But
I'm Keith Underwood. I'm the Natural Resources Manager for Tacoma Power. And video should be teeing up in a second. We recently launched the surface collector into Lake Cushman for the juvenile fish collection. And it launched in two pieces. The first piece is the net transition structure. This structure was upside down as we launched it as a cost savings measure. And then floated into the lake and rolled, which we'll see in a minute. This acts as the funnel into the collector where fish will be funneled into the surface collector, and here's it rolling right now.
what's the cost of that piece of equipment that just went underwater?
That individual piece, I can't recollect, is in the 12 million-ish zone. So the second piece is the surface collector. This has the pumps on it that pulls water through the net transition structure into it where we collect the fish. It serves as a river outlet, a simulation of a river outlet out of a lake. So the fish are collected into the vessel and then placed up on the dam with a crane and then put into trucks and then trucked downstream and released at the ocean. This collector, a adult collector, and two hatcheries are being built as methods to meet our federal license requirements to operate the dams at Lake Cushman.
So we were out there, as you can see, to see this facility, and this is the top end of the facility where the fish that are going downstream, going back out to the ocean, are captured before they're moved down below the second dam. And obviously the operation is complex and large. I can say for myself, what impressed me about this tour was the attitude that it appears that we have within our organization that allows our engineers and our employees to ask interesting questions and come up with creative solutions. So it was explained to us that in other utilities they've created this similar collector of similar or larger sizes and built it right side up, which meant building scaffolding, because since it gets skinnier at one end, you have to build scaffolding so you can get up and build it in midair. And our folks said, well, what if we turned it upside down and put the flat side down and saved all that money and then turned it over in the water? And I know as we watched the video for the first time, I felt like what it must be like in mission control when you drop, your spaceship on planet Mars in that moment when you lose contact and you don't know if it's going to wake up, right? And so this thing rolls over and goes underwater, $12 million. I can just imagine what it was like before it pops up. But this isn't the only area where some innovation took place. Out there, the video showed the orange booms. Out in front of those orange booms are what called wave attenuators, which break down the waves before they come into the fish facility so that they don't harm the fish facility and disrupt the operation. And the company we contracted had a design, and our engineers went to that company and worked with them and came up with a new design, to the fact that I understand that company is looking to get a patent for this new design so they can take that elsewhere. We also saw how our folks helped redesign the stairs so that you could turn them into a ramp. As the level of the reservoir goes up, you can hit a lever and the stair turns into a ramp. And it looked pretty well designed to me. So all of this is just to make the point that I applaud the fact that we have a culture where, and we saw this with the water filtration plant, where people are encouraged to use their gray matter to solve real-world problems in creative ways that serve the ratepayers. And you know, like I said yesterday, the budget just doesn't stop here. The work on the budget doesn't stop once it's passed by the City Council. And I observe that our folks work the system throughout the year, throughout the 2 years of the budget, to save money. And so it's an impressive facility. It's impressive the amount of creative work that's gone into it. We hope the fish use it, and that the biology works, so that we can preserve those fish species for many generations.
Any other comments?
I thought it was really cool, and inside that fish gathering thing, the speed of the water changes at least twice, maybe 3 times inside it. So that's one speed at the beginning, and another speed in the middle, and a different speed, all just engineered to do that because that's what's healthiest for the fish. And so I thought that was just incredible.
Yeah. Monique?
No, I just want to thank you, Keith. You're a great host and taking us out there, and I wore flat shoes, so let the record reflect that. But I thought that just the creativity, I mean, from the private sector and being someone who's a volunteer and appointed as a public utility board member, like you said, Brian, seeing that the budget doesn't stop once we say yes, it continues on, and we're such good stewards of that, that I think the ingenuity is really amazing. And I thought that was a really cool. I held my breath when you pulled all the ropes and were waiting for it to flip, but actually walking on that structure and seeing what we accomplished, it makes me very proud. And especially I know the ratepayers should be proud, so thank you.
That was just a little piece of what this operation does for power, for water, for rail. You have to get out there and walk around. Some of those structures are very large, and they start with strips of steel that have to be pulled together to follow the diagrams and the engineering drawings and the whole bit. And our employees do a great job with the projects that they have in front of them, and to the point where sometimes it comes out a little different because of the creative nature of our employees. So I just want to thank everyone for the process, and you did some great hiring, even though I wasn't around, but you did some great hiring of individuals who have great skills. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other comments? Okay. Any comments from the director before we adjourn?
Other than just appreciate the feedback. I think we're very proud of all of our employees, particularly our engineers on this project. It's been a real success thus far, and we appreciate the board's recognition of it.
No problem.